Welcome back to the Soundcheck podcast. This is episode 17. It's your boy Dylan Reese. I'm here with a good friend of mine. He goes by JayRoddy. How the hell are we doing, brother?
You know the grind, my boy. What's good?
It is a grind. Yeah, for people that may not know you, you're an artist that I met along the way, a very dope one. Also a Massachusetts native, just like me. So I think we have a lot of similar maybe qualities in that sense and like perspective on stuff just because we probably grew up
100%.
very similarly. Um, I want to give some love to my boy Tyler Jack just off the rip,
Oh, big
just
shout
in
out.
case he's tapped in. That's a
T-Jack was
mutual
good.
friend of ours. I want to say he was your college roommate. Is that
Yep,
right?
he
Let's fucking
was.
go. So yeah, Tyler, we grew up together, played like T-ball and shit when we were like 7, went to the same high school. That's my dog. And then I'm trying to remember how we connected because it was like through TikTok or socials, and like you said something about Tyler Jack, and I was like, "What the hell? How the hell do you
Yeah,
know Tyler
well,
Jack?"
I'm trying to remember what the specific moment is, but I do know when we were rooming together, he put me onto your music, and I was like, what the fuck? I was honestly
Way
like,
back then.
yeah, like, what was it, 15 maybe?
Got you.
But I was like, at that time, I was just recording in GarageBand, and I didn't know what like real quality sound was like. And then I heard your shit. I was like, damn, all right. So he put me on, and
Fire.
yeah, that's why I
But yeah,
started.
we got a couple records together over on the Ellis side, um, that are super dope. I love that song "Green Lights" that we did. I still listen to that shit all the time.
Yeah, that shit took me out of my comfort zone.
You
So
crushed it, dude.
I
Like,
appreciate it, bro. I had to
yeah, you
keep up
smoked
with
it.
you though.
Let's go. Um, but yeah, I wanted to have you on for a bunch of reasons. One, because I just rock with you, as you know. Anytime we come to Boston, we try to get you to open the show, come and hang out,
Hmm.
shit like that. But also, I just think you have a lot of insight because you've been doing this a long time, and also are someone that is still working a regular job while you're like, moving the needle on this stuff. And I feel like that's just valuable info for people that are listening to like get some perspective on just what it takes to make all this shit happen.
Yeah,
Like it's in some ways it's as simple as like you get some studio equipment, you set it up in your house, you record songs, you put them out. Like, you know, in a big
it's
granular way, like that's as simple as it is.
at surface level.
But there's so many things that go into every day and like the perspective and just even the mindset to like keep things going. So yeah, give us like a little bit of I guess background on where you're at, um, both in music, but also, like working your job, like your regular
Yep.
day to day life too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point I think where the shift is really gonna start, and it's not something that's external. It's something that's internal for me. Like it's not a viral video that tells me that I feel like I'm on the edge of
Hmm.
just greatness. It's more of just like a mindset of everything working out the way it's meant to be. But it's hard, like you said, when you're balancing a 9 to 5 with the grind to become a musician. There really isn't one recipe, in my opinion. I think it's really just becoming disciplined and really allowing yourself to believe that it's possible. And you're not going to be disciplined if you don't think it's possible because it's not actually a goal for yours. So when I look at where I'm at now, obviously I can look at it and be like, okay, I've gotten so much further than I was 5 years ago. And I'm so grateful for that. But also, in reality, I'm not where I want to be. But I don't see that as like comparing myself. I see that as like time. It's all time. Like it's all just putting yourself out there every single day. That's it.
Yeah, and that's something I think you do a great job of specifically with content.
Yep.
And not only the way you approach it, but also just how consistent you always are. And I don't know if you feel that way about yourself,
I do.
but
I mean,
I do. I feel that way about you.
I appreciate that, bro. It
Yeah.
really means a lot, more than you could ever imagine. But yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to be transparent anymore. I used to try to be some mysterious artist that I wanted to make it look like I was doing music full time, but in reality, I was lying and I wasn't being authentic. And I think I became more of myself when I allowed myself to post more and feel that cringe, feel that doubt, feel the uncertainty.
Yeah, because if you're posting a ton like you are, you
Mhm.
kinda don't have a choice but to be super authentic because you're gonna run out of
Exactly.
ideas of, like, how can I make this super cool or, like, really overproduced or aesthetically this way or whatever, like,
Yep.
there's a lot of that, and I think all that's important because you're someone that is consistent as hell, but also I feel like you have a strong brand and a sense of who you are and, like, who you're trying to be within music. And I
Good.
feel like most artists are either one or the other, you know?
It's like, honestly, that's the first time I've ever heard that because that's something that I've been really trying to dial into. And to hear that, I've in the past 2 years, I've been like, What is my image? What is my image?" And you just told me, and that that's amazing to hear, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, so, like I said, we've known of each other for, like, a
Yeah.
really long time, but, like, I've really only known you and we started working together in some ways, like, doing collabs or shows or whatever for the past, what, 3 years, something like that?
Mhm.
And even in that short of time, I feel like you've figured out your look a little bit more, like, I see you with the grills, like a certain vibe,
Yep.
like, you're cutting your hair a certain way, your beard's always shaped up, like, you're putting intentional and thought, and these are, like, some simple things to most people, but a lot of artists aren't thinking about this if they're not already at a professional level. They just kinda show up however they look and don't give a fuck, and that maybe that's the look also, but it's gotta be consistent, right? Like, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be something overproduced or whatever, but
I agree.
you have to be thinking about it, and I feel like
And I
you've been doing more and more of that.
and it really just comes with experimenting and looking at yourself like, "Dude, what is that dusty ass fit I'm rocking in that
Yeah.
2021 TikTok?" Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the identity thing, I think transparency is the number one. Unless you have like this big team behind you, like curating your whole aesthetic and just like dialing everything. I just think if you're alone and you're doing this solo, think about just what people are gonna relate to. Like people relate more to that real life shit than they do like this. I mean, if you got the fancy shit, that's dope. But
Yeah.
you're probably not gonna be flexing the fancy shit if you got the shits, you know?
Yeah. Um, 1,000%. I wanna dive into a little bit more,
Yeah.
because the transparency and the reality of it is, like I said, you're working a 9 to 5. You told me off camera you're working with your dad or for your dad, and it's, tell me what your gig is.
So I went to college for accounting and it just wasn't for me.
Mhm.
I'm not a cubicle guy. Anyways, long story short, I ended up working with my dad because he needed the help because he's getting older. So I'm like, why not learn a trade? So it's been 4 years working with him, doing siding, installing windows, a little bit of roofing, but it's been good, man. It's really taught me how to learn, like really learn something that's valuable later on in life. But it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to learn, man. Like if you didn't start young, It takes a while to catch on to things, but unfortunately, at the moment, I've been learning more, and it's not the learning that I expected because my dad was my boss, who was like my mentor in this all. So he's been sicker than he's ever been. He's been having some lung issues, and it's kind of just put the responsibility on me to get these jobs done with 4 years of experience.
Mhm.
And
You kinda had to step up to the plate a little bit, it sounds like.
yeah, and it's crazy that it happened in the moment of my life where I think that it's about to happen, like, any day.
On the music
It's l
side, you're saying?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's a feeling that something's coming, but it's just hard to balance it when there's so much chaos going on. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. Um, one, props to you for, like, stepping up to the plate, so to speak,
Appreciate it,
and, like,
bro.
handle business, not only
Mhm.
to be there for your pops and the business that, he built and has been running for, I'm sure, dozens of years, Um, but also
45 years, probably.
yeah, um, but also to recognize because here's the other thing, if you wanna make music and approach it at a professional level, it's going to cost money. Even
Yep.
if you have a team of people that are working for less or free, even if aren't approaching it like, "Oh, I'm gonna run digital ads every single second of the day," and, like, try to approach it that way. Shit just costs money, like, you gotta buy beats, you gotta pay for mixing. I know you do cover art, stuff like that,
Mhm.
so you're probably saving on things. Obviously, the more you can do, the more you save. I feel like I'm a pretty good example of that, if I do say so
100%.
myself.
I mean, you
Um,
do your own artwork and visuals as well.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's all gonna cost money, right?
Exactly.
So, having that 9 to 5 to, like, fund your operation and what your goals are, I'd assume has been very important for you. Like, if you didn't have that job and you were just sitting on your ass, like, crossing your fingers basically of, like, "I'm gonna be a full-time artist, like, any day now," how are you gonna pay for shit to, like, move the needle down the field, you know?
Yeah. I mean, from experience, it's reality, like you said. I mean, a lot of people do a lot of the legwork themselves, like you said, the artwork, the mixing and mastering, all that. But I mean, I pick and choose. But at the end of the day, it's not embarrassing to work a full time
No,
job while you're pursuing a music career. Like it's honestly admirable, in my opinion.
1000%, yeah.
And no, I'm not just saying that because I'm doing it. I'm saying it just overall.
No, but yeah, I think on the other side of things, I know a lot of artists, and I'm sure there's a lot of artists out there that are like, "I'm not gonna work a 9 to 5, I'm not gonna work a job," because, like, either maybe they feel like they're too good for it or they're like, "Yo, I'm talented, so, like, this shit's just gonna happen."
Yeah. I
And there's
think
stories of people that get lucky and, like, shit happens, but if you're trying to build a business that's sustainable, it costs money to keep that thing afloat no matter which way you attack it, you know?
especially if you're doing it on your own. It's
Exactly,
just
yeah. And even then, it's like, let's say you wanted to take the major label route,
yeah,
2026, they're not signing you because you're talented. They're signing you because your shit's moving and you have leverage and you're
exactly.
making money, so they wanna be in the JayRoddy business because you built that business. And that doesn't happen if you just make songs and, like, half-ass mix them, half-ass all the branding around it, don't run any ads, don't go do any shows, don't get a feature from X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. You're just, like, going like this, crossing your fingers and putting shit out. You're not just gonna get signed, like, that's not how it works anymore, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a weird time, but that's 100% right. You can post your music on TikTok as much as you want, but if it's not a good audio
Yeah, it's
quality,
not professional, it's
no
not
one's gonna
good.
care. No one's gonna
Yeah.
care.
Um, so, yeah, talk to me about, like, maybe a time where you came to an obstacle in the music world and you were like, I either can't do this because I have this job, or thank God I have this job so I can afford to do this the way I want to do it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. I would probably lean to the thank God I have a job.
I was hoping so.
Yeah. Because without the job, I would literally be, you explained it better than I could, just doing nothing. My music would have no movement. I mean, I'm investing in camera equipment. I mean, you don't need to buy the most quality stuff, but I've just invested in myself over time. And without having a job, I wouldn't be able to do any of that. And I would be 5 years behind
Yeah.
where I am
No, it's
now.
it's paid off though, because like your shit looks better and better and better.
Thank you.
And
And I mean, you do the same.
that's not only because you bought a camera, but it's also because I know you
Yeah,
put the time into learning color grading and, just having a certain vision of like how you want to execute the visual.
exactly. And I feel like people are mistaken when it comes to buying. Like, you don't always need the most quality stuff. You just need to have the experience and the reps. It's all reps, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's no other way to learn. Like, you're gonna take a lot of L's.
Well, yeah, 1,000%.
But do you know how how a bone breaks and it heals stronger? That's like what you're doing to your mind every time you take an L and embarrass yourself. You learn to never do that again, and you grow from that L. That's how I look at the L's, and that's kinda like what my album was about.
The
Just
most recent album you just put out.
yep. It's kinda
What
just like what's that?
Well, I was gonna say, which I listened to, and it was super fire.
Thank you, bro.
Everybody's go check that out. Remind me of the title of it again?
We're better off broken.
Well, that makes sense based on what you just said.
It's a double entendre too, so
Yeah, yeah. Um, I love it, man. What are so let's go back just a little. And
yeah.
when I have people on the pod, like I try to make it not so like interviewy, like tell me your life story, but I do want to like give people context, and also, we have certain experiences so people can learn from it. And also there's just certain shit that I'm curious about because we've never really had these conversations about back in the day type of stuff. 2015, like you said, when you were in college, were you actively putting music out, or were you just kind of making shit in GarageBand and just like fucking around?
This is before I ever uploaded a song on Spotify or any platform. But I was posting on SoundCloud, YouTube, and, like, I don't know if you remember Reverb Nation. It's like this
Of
old
course, man. I'm
head.
fucking 49 years old.
Yeah.
I remember everything.
Oh, man, yeah, so this was a time where I was I was passionate about it, but I didn't know that there was a new next level to where I was at.
Uh-huh.
So when I got my first mix back from, like, an engineer that used Auto-Tune on my voice, I was like, "Dog, what?"
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like I didn't
that's
know
when
I
I
could
got
sound like
addicted.
this.
I know. And
Yeah.
also, what I've been doing is so shitty, like, trying to mix myself, and it just sounded so butt.
And what year was that you kind of like outsourced a little bit for the first time?
So I think I released, my first song on Spotify. It was probably, like, 2017. No, 2016,
Okay.
summer 16, but it still wasn't, like, the greatest quality mix, but it was the first time that I felt like, "Holy shit, you can just put your music on iTunes so people can buy it? What
Yeah.
the." How about you? What
I
was
remember.
You were early, though, like,
Yeah.
with the whole release on
I was
Spotify stuff, right?
I was putting music out in 2009.
That's crazy.
Not on Spotify. It didn't exist yet, but
Yeah,
through
like,
all the
app like
SoundClick,
iTunes or
SoundCloud, iTunes. I remember in high school, my senior year, I had a single on iTunes,
that's
and
crazy, dude.
everybody
Everyone
was
was
like, "What the fuck? How is this even possible?" I'm like, "Guys, you can just Google this, like, it's not that fucking hard." But this song is not good, but a
Yeah.
bunch of people bought it
Still
for a
out?
dollar. It was a big deal.
Is it still out?
Fuck no, no, that's outta here.
Now you rebranded.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, but no, I remember that same kinda feeling where it was like, "Well, this could be, like, real," like, what I was doing myself or I guess I was doing it myself even, like, when this thing clicked, but I think I learned how to mix a certain way in, like, 2015-ish,
Yep.
and I was like, "Oh, like,
It just all clicked.
this actually kinda sounds like a real song, not just like some dude made it, by
Yeah.
himself and didn't know what was going on," So, I definitely know that feeling.
Yeah. That's
So from then until now, where do you think you've made, like, the most strides? And I'm sure it's everywhere, but, like, what's one thing that you do now, whether it's, like, a process in the studio or, like, your approach to branding or whatever it is, that you can't believe you understand to the level that you did if you, like, were in your shoes in 2016, like, "Oh, I don't even like, how did you even get to the point to do that, older JayRoddy?" You know?
yeah, I think probably number 1 is video editing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I still have so much to learn, but I feel like I'm at a point where I've kind of established, like, a specific look to my content, like, when I'm doing, like, the high quality stuff. But besides that, I think the thing that I've improved on most has been my confidence, my belief in myself, and putting myself out there because I didn't grow up a confident kid. I was literally an underdog my whole life. I was like very low average height growing up. So I was a short kid. So it really got to my self-esteem. So I was afraid to kind of put myself out there and stuff. So that's the number one thing, putting myself out there because it allowed me to build confidence and love myself.
Do you think
Even
that confidence stems more from the results of the work that you're doing or more from the reps that
that's
you're
a good
putting in?
question. I think the reps, but I think in the long run, both.
Both make sense, I think, but
Yeah,
the reps I think are far more important, and I know you've been doing that, so that makes a ton of sense to me.
you're
But
just chipping away, bro,
it's
every
like
day.
even subconsciously when you put out a song and it gets 100,000 streams or whatever it is, even if it's 10,000, that tells your brain, "Hey, good job." Like some people
Mhm.
give a fuck. So like the next time I do this, I need to be intentional because somebody might hear this and somebody might like it.
Yeah,
This could be somebody's favorite song.
and
So
it's
not that you're like chasing that and like even if you are, that's okay too. Like you want to fucking put numbers on the board. Like I get it. But I found myself chasing that way less, but also it's in the back of my mind of what I'm doing I know is gonna hold value, not only to me, but to other people. So, like, I need to care about this, and I do
I
care
can
about it.
tell you're so intentional with your whole branding, your whole aesthetic. Like your album rollouts are just unbelievably cohesive and
Thank you, man.
100%. And you know that, but it's also part of learning how to do that for yourself
Yeah.
and learning yourself first.
I've always I appreciate you saying that too because
Of course.
I think that's, um, something that maybe a lot of consumers don't always think about. They probably feel it more than they, like, understand it?
Mhm.
But from the beginning, when I had no one listening to me at all, I was always like an album or like a project-minded artist, and I think that's probably because of our age, right? Like, we grew up buying CDs and, like, thinking about that part of it,
Yep.
I wasn't scrolling on TikTok and finding a song. I was going to FYE and looking at the cover art and going, "Damn, this Outkast album looks pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna just buy
Yep.
it and hopefully I like it," you know? And then I do, and I'm like, "Okay, that all makes sense. All this stuff matters," you know? So, not that that's the way people are consuming music, but I try to put that level of attention to detail where if you just came across this and didn't know what it was, like, would you wanna check it out? Do you understand what it is? Do you understand, like, the
Mhm.
why, all this, right? And I think I have a lot of reps in putting together a project, and that's why hopefully, like, when I'm doing it now, it comes across as, like, polished and, it's a strong
100%, bro.
message. I did a mixtape in college, my freshman year of college, called Boy Meets World, and it was 27 songs,
Oh my
very
god.
aggressive. I recorded it in my dorm, and that was my favorite show, Boy Meets World, when I was, like, a little kid.
Oh, yeah, bro, I used to crush Boy as well.
So, I made the whole mixtape, like, basically, I'm Corey Matthews, and the intro of the mixtape was Corey Matthews, and I was just me talking shit, rapping how I'm gonna fucking kill it and,
Yeah.
make the baseball team, like, not literally, but, shit like that. And each song, I used a sample and an expert from a different episode of the show, whether the intro and the outro, and it
That's
all blended
crazy.
together. It was like you were watching Boy Meets World and listening to, like, my version of it. Dude,
That's
my
crazy.
my roommate, Dion, he's still one of my good friends to this day. You probably met him honestly at a show. He's still around
Maybe.
Boston.
Yeah.
Um, but me and him would stay up and we'd be watching Boy Meets World, like, rewatching it for, like, months, bro, because I was trying to find clips
Samples?
and shit
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
like,
that was cohesive.
yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, like, Topanga just said this, so I'm gonna grab this little thing. I'm gonna make a whole song about what she just said, and then I make a song," you know?
So you were making the song based on the snippet,
Yeah,
on the sample. That's
exactly.
crazy.
And, dude, nobody was fucking listening to me. It was 2012. Like, it was, like, friends back home and, like, local shit, but it's like,
Yeah.
I was doing it all myself, mixing it myself. It sounded so
How
bad,
many hours you think that went into that?
bro. Probably 1,000 just on that mixtape. Like, that's
But
what I
that's,
mean, like,
like, the
just the
passion,
reps.
bro. That's the passion, though.
Yeah,
If it doesn't matter how much time you put into it. That's why, like, you can't try to predict an outcome because you're just gonna fucking kill yourself mentally.
yeah, for
You have
sure.
to just literally put the time in and just expect it to happen. Just you can't predict when.
And I think when I put that out, it didn't blow up, but I think there were more people paying attention than there were before just because it was like,
Oh
"That's a
shit.
fucking insane idea," or, like, people would talk about, like, you hear this 27 song, like, mixtape that this fucking kid made off of, and because it also brings a level of nostalgia for the show, like, it's a whole thing, but that was probably 15 or more projects ago that I was, like, wrapping my mind around, like, what's the concept of this? Why does this look like this? Why is this gonna sound like this? What's
Yep.
the interlude that connects this piece? All these things. So I love doing that, and, even if I'm rolling out music, single by single or whatever, just playing the algorithm game that we kinda have to play, I'm always trying to think about the way I can connect the pieces together and, make it all make
That's
sense, you know?
and that's honestly something that I wanna like learn. It's
Yeah. I was just gonna ask, the album you just put out, is that the
yeah.
first time like, attempting to do a full project?
No, that's my second project. I dropped an EP, it was considered an EP, but it was 9 tracks in it was like 2021, but I removed it from Spotify because obviously the mixes I got like there was like 5 different engineers on the
Mm,
album, but this was the first project that I really tried to make a story, and it was literally a part of me throughout the time I was recording it, the whole concept of the album. So it's like almost like I was shedding an older version of myself by releasing it.
right. Yeah, what do you think inspired you to take that approach? Because, uh, I love that you did, right?
Mhm.
Like, I feel like I have that approach, but I think if you talk to like a Spotify guru or somebody, they're gonna be like, "Don't drop that. Drop every single week by
Exactly.
week." It's like it kind of goes against the grain a little bit in terms of what
Well,
the metrics might tell you what to
yeah.
do.
So I did release I waterfalled about maybe 8 of the 14.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's like similar to
So,
what I did too.
yeah. So obviously, like, I wanted to build traction beforehand. I don't think I could ever put that much time into a project and just be so egotistical that I expect people to just boom, like get
Yeah,
streams automatically. We take, like you said, we're playing the algorithm game. I take advantage of the Spotify algorithm, the playlists. I mean, like the Discover Weekly, Release Radar, even the radio has been so helpful.
absolutely. Um, so yeah, like what made you take that approach, I guess, though? Like outside of dropping the singles, what made you want to go, I gotta put a project together and like this is the way I want it to be?
There was a lot going on in my life at the time, and I went through a breakup, a 3-year breakup. It's a lot of family issues. I got mommy issues. This project was also while I was going through my healing journey, so it worked out perfectly. It allowed me to get a lot off my chest that a lot of people can't do with words, So it allowed me to get a lot of trauma, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of growth off my chest. And it felt amazing overall. Like, I'm very, very proud of how it turned out. I think it could have been better. Like, I could look back and be like, it could have been better, but that's what I'm gonna change next time.
Yeah. What do you think could have been better about it? Just curious.
I just think the rollout was a little rushed. And I don't think that I had everything together quick enough, like early on, like prepared. So I was kind of rushing towards the end. Like, I had multiple different release dates because I would miss one goal because I wasn't setting solidified dates, and that was my problem. I wasn't planning out for the future. But long story short, I'm grateful for it. I can't nitpick it because I love it and it's part of me, but it's in the past now. So it's on to the next.
Yeah. On to the next.
Yeah.
When you're planning a rollout, you don't have a manager, correct?
No.
Who's a part of your team right now? I know you've got Biz. I know you've got some producers you work with, but break
Biz,
that down for people listening.
I got my boy Biz, my engineer, my boy, my brother. Also, I got Pav, my boy, my brother. He's a producer. I got a couple other dope producers, Aaron. Um, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm doing all the due diligence, trying to actually, I got my boy Will Wright. He's running my ads, and he's been helping me a ton with those. But
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Dope. So,
pretty much it.
but yeah, so outside of the music itself, you've got some help, you got some pieces that, put everything together.
Mhm.
People use their strengths, obviously, but you're the head of the snake, obviously, as you should be. And when it comes to presentation and rollout and timeline, stuff like that, that's kind of all on your shoulders. So, do you have certain processes or I guess materials that you use to help keep yourself organized or accountable? Or do you think that's something that you're still like working on and figuring out like the best systems in place to make sure the JayRoddy train is moving regardless of business mixing this song's being made?
That's honestly, if you look at my ChatGPT history, that's literally probably the last thing that I've been. That's like the missing puzzle to what I'm doing.
Got it.
And even going back to the work thing, that's where I think I need it the most because I'm juggling my real time reality job and then I'm obviously doing all this music stuff.
Totally. Um, yeah, it's interesting because I know you said you feel like you're just close
Mhm.
to the point of like something's about to happen. What do you think that something is, or what do you best case scenario? What do you want that something to be?
I mean, the goal for me is obviously be a full-time musician. I want full freedom to live my life and love my life and what I do. But I think it's not just one thing. It's more of it's hard to explain. It's more of like opportunities that you've been subconsciously creating just through your habits and through your manifestations. Like I don't think it's just one thing is going to happen. I don't think my video is going to go viral boom. I think it's going to be a collective of things in a short amount of time. Like all this time that we put in, it's inevitable, but it's not hard because I don't want to say it's an external thing because it really is internal. You got to become that version of you that already has it. And that means build the habits of that person, build the emotions of that person, build the skills of that person. I think that is when you realize that you're close.
Yeah. Um, I asked that because if you said one thing, my rebuttal
Mhm.
would have been exactly what you just said.
Let's go.
It's gonna be a bunch of shit at once, or maybe
Mhm.
not at once, but consecutively that build into, yeah, like a sustainable career. Um, that that's what Earthquake, my album, and that song, that's what that whole
I
thing is
love
about.
I love that. It's amazing.
And you said it's inevitable. That's literally a lyric in the hook.
Let's go.
Uh,
Shit, we on the
because yeah,
same
you like
frequency.
prepare for this moment, and then like that moment never happens, and then you're just like, did it
Exactly.
happen though? And I just like wasn't really looking or like paying attention to every single break in the stone. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Um,
you already expected it to happen. So like
right,
I don't think these accomplishments are gonna feel like we think it's gonna feel. It's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, I mean, I knew I could do that," you
totally.
know? But
Yeah,
it's about how you lock in, like, stay locked in and not let it fade like you've been doing, like, you've been killing the content game, like, I mean, I look up to you, my boy, for real.
thank you, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm not killing the content game. I feel like I'm fucking slacking and I can't figure it out.
I
Like I'm
think
trying for sure, but
I think you're doing just the exact thing. You're, like, using TikTok for the little, like, in-app videos that don't need to be aesthetic. Just text on the screen, like, that is the recipe. It's just about, I guess, getting that hook. Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just, like, there's so many elements to it all, but you're doing the most important thing, which is just doing it, just posting.
right, right. Yeah, that is the
TikTok's
main thing, right?
buns,
Is like
honestly.
just showing up and doing it and not
Yeah,
overthinking or like being so attached to the results. But yeah,
it's hard, bro.
that does feel like something that I don't again, I don't want to say I'm slacking on it, but I haven't cracked the code. Like I haven't had like a I feel like my music's good enough. I feel like my image is like put together, my
Mhm.
brand, I feel good about it. But I haven't had one where it's like it all connects and like this shit just goes fucking crazy. You know? It's just been like a
Yeah.
brick by brick by brick, which I'm happy with. But the content part is something that I'm just always trying to think about ways to improve.
You
And
think that's the missing one of the missing pieces? I feel like you are doing everything correctly. I mean,
I
it's
don't think
just
it's
about
missing. I just think it's not good enough. That's what I think.
okay, I like that mindset.
You know? Like it's I'm not neglecting
Yeah.
it. I'm not like, yeah, fuck content,
Mhm.
I don't care. I'm trying. It's just like not it just hasn't hit the way I would have liked it to. Um, but that's not really up to me. So you just got to keep fucking going.
That's the thing, bro. It's so hard to detach from all of that. Like, of course I want my song to get streams. Of course I want to go viral, but I can't make a song thinking my song's gonna get a million streams or like forcing it, like I'm not making every TikTok thinking this is a viral TikTok. I just make it because
Yeah, yeah,
it's real. It's me being myself, playing music, and if people love this shit, they're gonna find it. But
yeah,
there is
for
a
sure.
recipe. You just gotta find
Totally.
the recipe. TikTok's buns,
Um,
by the way. I'm a big fan lately.
what tell me why.
Just the algorithm is trash. So I here's the real hack. I don't know if you're doing this, but I hope you're doing it. Do you have a
Please, I'm
burner
probably
account
not.
on TikTok?
Yes, but I just suck at being consistent on it.
It's very tedious, but I'm hitting a whole different like if I compared my analytics from my main account with 17,000 followers and then my new one that I've been posting consistently for like 3, 4 months, you would be like, "Oh my god, this algorithm loves like this algorithm is blessing me." My original page is like, "Fuck you, bro, you suck."
Mhm.
I asked ChatGPT too, and they're like, "Yeah, they're actively pushing you to new followers, new or
You
new
asked ChatGPT
viewers."
why your burner account is outperforming the one with a bunch of followers. Is that what you're saying?
I use this thing called Claude Bot. It's like a built-in system on my laptop, but I basically I took screenshots of both accounts and it analyzed everything and then compared the 2. It's
Got it.
crazy.
So you're
But
saying the
going back to what I
burner
said,
has just way better results.
yes, and it's low effort content. Like I'm literally just doing 3 slide swipe carousels pretty much, a majority of it all. It's just like you put the pain on the first here, I'll give you an example. So, unfortunately, it's doing really good. It was doing good with Confrontations, my R&B, like my favorite song I've ever made. But obviously that's older, so I haven't been promoting it as much, but it's been doing really good for my song on my album about my mom and, like, the trauma that she caused and everything. So, like, the
Great
first
song,
slide, I'll
yeah.
be like, "I appreciate it, bro. Means a lot." Like, first slide, I'll be like, "I used to think my mom chose addiction over me. It took years to understand it wasn't that simple. This song is about healing," or some shit. Like, it's just about an emotion or, like, a pain point that people can relate to. And honestly, like, my R&B stuff is doing good too. It's more consistent than my actual page, but
Yeah,
I think you're
yeah.
missing out on opportunities if you're not locked in.
Yeah, I need to do more of that because I do have a second account that I was trying to post stuff
Mhm.
on, but I just, like, fell off it because I was like, "Oh, it's, like, the same shit, and it's not doing anything," but maybe I just need to tap back in and be more consistent over there too.
I think it just allows you to not overthink any of the content.
Yeah.
You don't have to like, "Oh, I gotta post at a certain time." Like, "The fuck, dog? Just
Right.
post it." Like, that's what I
Right,
used to
right,
do
right.
with my main account, but it's proven
Totally.
wrong, obviously.
Yeah. It's hard to figure
And it
out.
all yeah,
Um,
it
I don't
is,
think
man.
I don't think anybody's got a playbook, but I think the ticket is to show up all the time and be really consistent because
100%.
by not posting and just going, "Yeah, I don't fucking know," and giving up, that obviously doesn't work. That'll never work. It's impossible.
Mhm.
Um, but if you keep showing up and, taking your swings every day, someone's gonna connect at some point, right? Like, even if it's little by little, like how we're talking about.
That's it. I think that's the
Um,
whole point of it all, man. The journey.
well, I feel like we could talk about that type of stuff for another 16 hours if we allowed
For
ourselves
real.
to.
Let's put in a
Um,
song, come on.
is there yeah, for real.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you wanted to leave us with, besides everything we already covered?
I would just say, if I would give it a give some advice, I'd say stay out of your own way. You could be self sabotaging without even noticing. So follow through with opportunities, post, don't overthink, and just have fun. That's it.
I'm curious because that's your advice. Is that some advice you had to give yourself at some point?
100%. It's what I'm currently telling myself
Yeah.
every day.
How do you think you were in your own way? Like in the most extreme form?
I think I'm in my own way because I escape. I like to escape from reality sometimes. And when I escape reality, it could be like drinking, could be just avoiding what I need to get done. And at the end of the day, you're just hurting yourself and you don't realize it. You try to blame everything on the external, but it's really something inside of you that's holding you back.
I love that. I mean, that's real vulnerable advice and something that people can apply even in like really small ways, like you don't have to be a fucking robot and like maximize every minute of every single day, like still be a human, but
Exactly.
it should be, I think we talked about this on another episode, like there should be a 80-20 split between, 80% of your time should be focused on what your goals are, what you're doing, and that doesn't always have to be professional. It could be working out, eating right, and putting time into your relationship that fills your cup, just doing all the right things. And then 20% of the time you can like basically fuck off. And that can
Yeah.
still be a very good path to like you're going to the right place. 20% of the
Yeah.
time, play video games, have a beer, go fucking stare at the wall, chase your dog around the yard, whatever.
Exactly. You need time. You need that time for yourself. Or you're gonna burn out.
But yeah, maybe some people need it closer to 90-10 in order to keep it fucking dialed in. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I might need to turn it up a notch, bro.
Well, dude, it was great talking to you as always. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully people got some good info. And if you don't know JayRoddy, like please go listen to him because this is me, Dylan Reese, telling you that he's really fucking good. And I don't just say that about any of my like. I can be friends with
Bowing
you
down.
and tell you like, hey, you need to work on this. This is ass. I'll fucking
Yep.
tell people. You're fucking dope, bro. You got it. Just keep going.
Thank you, brother, and it's mutual. I appreciate you having me, and I look forward to our collab in the future.
I
I'm gonna
can't
make it
wait.
happen. I'm gonna make it
I'm waiting
happen.
on I'm waiting on the right one to send.
Say less, my boy. I appreciate you.
Um. Oh, also, if you're in Boston, um, go see JayRoddy. He's going to be opening for Adam, who is not here, obviously. Um, he's going to be opening for Adam on May 16th,
Yes, sir.
which is your birthday, right?
It sure is.
Let's fucking go, dude. That
It's
worked out so well.
crazy.
But yeah, if you're in Boston, go to that show. It's gonna be dope. I will
Pull
not be
up.
there, sadly, but
You'll be there in
um,
spirit, though.
I will. I'll be with Matt Corman and Ollie Joseph, tour managing for them, helping
Say
them conquer the
less.
world. Uh,
Say less.
but all right, dude. We'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday. Much love.
Thank you, guys.